Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the weekend of June 7th through the 9th of 2019. Alright, so this weekend we have quite a bit going on astrologically. On Friday, the moon will be shifting from Cancer into Leo. So the theme will shift from that of matters of emotional security into that of self-expression and creativity. In fact, for the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday as well, Leo energy, likely themes around that creative self-expression. So on Friday, Mercury is going to be sextiling up to Uranus, so good day for mixing things up. We won't be forced to do it, but good to just think outside the box. We might be gaining some new ideas, and just mixing up the routine a little bit and the mind a little bit can be great on that day. Maybe also some healing taking place that day with Mercury square Chiron, just in terms of how we're thinking about things and maybe through communication. Then on Sunday, the sun squares up to Neptune, so a really good day for setting intentions to develop ourselves spiritually, maybe getting some rest, maybe doing spiritual activities, things like psychology, spirituality, practicing compassion, things like this that is about incorporating that receptive side of ourselves consciously makes it a great way of working with that. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the sky for this weekend. We are going to look at this for Friday with the moon in between Cancer and Leo, and then Saturday with the moon well set in Leo, and then on Sunday with the moon also in constellation Leo. So again, we are using the actual size of the constellations here called True Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below because the signs are different from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's take a look at this here for each day of the week, starting first with Friday. The theme shifting from that of sort of emotional Cancer, you could say. Cancer, which was the theme on Thursday, dealt with more of things that have more to do with emotional security and maybe our feelings and maybe the past and reflecting on the past or things coming up from the past. So that energy will still be in orb on Friday, but as the day unfolds, there will be more of this Leo energy, which we'll be feeling Saturday and Sunday. So Leo the lion usually places a theme around things regarding what we're passionate about, what's close to our hearts, and us expressing ourselves. So great weekend to do this. Could be a great time for just having some fun, some creative time, entertaining time, playful kind of energy. This kind of stuff really good to cultivate with the moon in this fiery sign of Leo. So on Friday, though, we do have not a major aspect, but a bit of this minor sort of opportunity here to mix things up a little bit when it comes to our mind, communication, and our routine. So Mercury sextile Uranus helps us maybe think a bit outside the box. From this, we could be gaining some new ideas, unique and different perspectives perhaps, and just thinking about things quite progressively and maybe even in terms of like the future, right? Maybe some future thinking. So anything on that level is great. This is, again, just a sort of opening. We won't be forced to implement it. Sextiles are just a bit of an opening. So if we can choose or choose not to work with it, but the energy is certainly there to work with it. Also the routine as well, maybe mixing things up on that level can be nice also. Now, on a more minor note to that, Mercury is going to be squaring up to Chiron on Friday, and Chiron being a comet makes it not as strong as, let's say, Uranus, but in this case, a good time to maybe challenge ourselves to maybe do some healing when it comes to what we're learning about. We could be learning about healing, could be a good day for that. Could be mental, emotional, spiritual, or even physical, of course, healing as well. And just through things that involve our mind and communication, we could just be noticing a bit therapeutic. And if there are any wounds that do come up around any of this mercurial stuff, mind, communication, whatever it is, we'll likely notice that as we do that stuff in the face of any wounds, that can again be very healing and rejuvenating for us going into Saturday. All right, so on Saturday, no major aspects with the planets, but again, that moon will be in fiery Leo. And then as we shift into Sunday, we do have an important aspect, the sun squaring up to watery Neptune. So the sun represents our vital life force. Neptune represents the depth of the sea, you could say. And so in this square, there is this natural tendency collectively where we'll all feel it in different ways, but it could be maybe lower energy, maybe unsure about things, maybe apathetic. Just a bit of that, again, very deep energy when it comes to our vitality and our life force. Maybe even wanting to escape as well, just generally or unconsciously, which is sometimes the case. So however you're feeling it, the constructive way of working with this is to set intentions for healthy Neptunian things. And so this could be things like meditation or other spiritual activities. Psychology is always great with this, diving into our own or just learning about it or talking about it. Creativity is fantastic with Neptune, especially because with this we can have maybe a bit of that imaginative mind, dreamy mind, right? And so channeling that into creative things. And just generally maybe just needing some rest for some of us could be a good day to set intention to just get some rest, tranquil time, and in relationships, maybe a bit of receptivity, setting intention for things like compassion, understanding, unconditionality, things like that, really good on Sunday. And that can be very constructive. So even though it is, again, this kind of collectively challenging kind of energy, this can be a very, very constructive day for particularly what you might call spiritual related things with the square to Neptune. All right, everyone, and then as we get into next week, we will start to enter into the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle, which means that a week ago we had the new moon. And so going into the week, it's a good time to challenge ourselves just in general, set some intentions, do some things that require initiative, right? Even receptive things, right? Just setting the intention or initiative to do that makes it a great way of working with this time of the lunar month. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time for the next daily video. Take care.